Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Iron Man 3 movie, Avengers Initiative Heroic Age Iron Man by Hasbro. First off, I got this at a convention for $9.99. Pretty good deal for a Legends figure, especially a brand new one. Of course, this is Ironmonger wave, so we got the Ironmonger leg inside. On the sides of the box, there's nothing. On the bottom, it says inside the armor vault, 3 of 6. And here we have a picture on the back of the stuff. Heroic Age Iron Man, full body nanotech integration, self-repairing technology, weapons formed with the only thought, this is beyond advanced, this is bleeding edge. And of course we have the figure itself and the very cool comic art it's based after. And then on the Ironmonger wave we have Iron Patriot, classic Iron Man, of course, the figure itself, and 3 other figures, which I believe are Ultron, Iron Patriot of the movie, and the movie Iron Man Mark 43, I think. Then it says build a figure collection Ironmonger, and of course this is by Marvel Kids and Hasbro. So with that being said, let's take Iron Man out of the package and see if he stands up. And here we have Heroic Age Iron Man out of the box, but before we look at him, let's take a brief look at what he comes with. First off, the Ironmonger leg, pretty standard collect and connect piece. I don't know if I'll ever complete him, but he's a pretty cool armor. Next off, we got the Iron Man Marvel Legends pamphlet thing. This comes with those Build-A-Figure instructions, if you can somehow not figure that out. Full picture, that's it. Kind of cool, I guess, not really anything special. Other than that, though, Iron Man has no accessories, so let's take a look at Iron Man. First off, very nice looking figure. I really do like how it does look like a man in armor. It's not too thin to not look super realistic. But I do have my faults with this figure. Right off the bat, I do want to say, I do like the color. It looks a lot like the current movie armor, kind of. Here, let's scoot this back a tad. Alright, there you go. The head sculpt on this guy, kind of nice. I don't really like the blue around his eyes. I think they could have used a different color for it. Different color blue, that is. Also, I don't really like the kind of plastic look to it. It just looks like right here the plastic gets a little bubbled up, and then over here it looks a little painted on his head and stuff. It looks a little odd. But I do like the armor. I do like how reflective it looks. There's very little to no paint bleeding, and very few paint defects as well. Of course, this paint feels very thick. I don't really know how to describe it, but like where it is painted, you can tell it feels very thick. And that hinders the articulation, which I'll show you later. But the suit is quite nice. It has all the arc reactors on it, which look quite good. They have a bunch of those. Of course, everything's painted nicely. Even his feet have those little repulsors. I never quite understood why they wouldn't paint those if they put them in, but still quite nice. All of the armor details look quite nice and accurate to the comic. Of course, even though this looks a lot more like a man is in the suit, this armor looked a little thinner than even the Extremis armor looked, and surprisingly, at least around this chest piece, and a little in the head too, he looks actually bulkier. I would have liked if it came with some sort of accessory, or maybe like a removable faceplate or something. Unfortunately, it did not. But the Ironmonger leg's pretty big, so I'm not complaining too much. Let's get to articulation. Articulation on this guy's head is on a ball joint. Can't really go up and down, unfortunately. Actually, maybe, yeah. Actually, it does, but it's still with this back part is a little hindered. So I think you could shave that down if you wanted more head articulation, but that just depends how you're going to pose them, I suppose. The joints all feel very tight, which I don't really like. I feel like I'm going to break them or I have to loosen them, and then when I do loosen them, it becomes extremely loose like this arm. Next, double jointed at the elbow. The wrist can also I believe it can twist, but it's just hindered, and it can go up and down like that. Of course, that's the same on both sides. Next, we have an abdomen crunch. I don't really like this one because it almost feels like it moves in different spots, like when you hear the click. It moves, which, unlike most Marvel Legends, unfortunately makes it harder to move, but you can kind of wiggle it into the center. I just don't like it that much. The swivel at the under the abdomen looks quite nice. The legs can move all the way around. A very nice joint, actually, forward, side, and it's nicely hidden from the bottom, so that looks quite good. This is one of those joints that are really stiff because of the thick plastic, or the thick paint around it, but you can swivel it there. Double jointed knees, again, very hard because of the thick plastic, and the joints actually feel a little rubbery as well. As you can see, it like wobbles, so that is has a chance of being warped in the future, but on from there it has a little ankle swivel and it can move up and down. So overall, Iron Man is a fairly decent figure. I don't love the articulation, and that's what really holds this figure back for me. It looks nice, it's just some of the paint things are a little too thick, and like you can tell the plastic that was molded and the plastic that was painted, because it's such a different color, and this almost has like a shinier look. Like this is base plastic right here. This is painted plastic. Like if you just look, it like the comparison's like uncanny, unfortunately. So that's a bummer. I do like all the detail in this guy. Other than that, I just wish they picked a closer color, and I wish the articulation wasn't so jammed. Overall, I'll give Heroic Age Armor Iron Man a 7.5 out of 10. He's an okay figure, not great, but he'll definitely be nice in your Hall of Armor displays or putting as your main Iron Man. That's all for today, guys.